Hi guys, today we are making squishy number 2, and like with squishy number 1 we are starting with a big piece of foam, and this is like memory foam which we're going to chop up into 16 pieces. So these blocks were 4 inches by 4 inches. Now because we were cutting them at home, they're not perfectly sized, so you'll see now how we smooth them out. And now here are the squishy blocks. I've got the same tools as last time, some nail art pens and some wooden spatulas to spread the 3D puffy paint. I've also got this set which has a mixture of 3D puffy colours. Now when I bought this, I had absolutely no idea how much puffy paint you need. So I'm going to show you this set anyway because I think it's quite a nice one if you're making smaller cubes. It's got lots of bright colours in it, and you also get some brushes included too. And they come in squeezy bottles so you can do some nice designs, do some writing, things like that, like you can when you get tulip paints. I think I paid about £15 for all these colours, so it's not bad value because a tulip puffy paint, a small bottle, is usually about £2 just for one. So I've chosen my 2 squishy blocks, and I'm just going to do a bit of trimming to make them a bit neater because I'm going to stick one side together. And I have some orange 3D paint here. And I'm just going to cut it open because I know I'm going to have to use all of it because these sponges really do suck up the orange. And I'm also mixing some additional because after making the first block I realised that you have to do lots and lots and lots of layers. So I'm mixing some extra red and some extra yellow, and this paint, it was okay, but you can see it got a little bit lumpy. But this is only the first coat, so I'm just spreading it all over the surfaces. I'm using a spatula because then you can make a thicker application of the paint and you can really press it into the sponge. You can see I've already run out of orange at this point, so I'm just quickly mixing it for more for this coat. And I soon realised that I would need a lot more paint, so what I did was I bought some acrylic paint, and this is a mixture of yellow, orange, acrylic paint. And then what I did was mix something called fabric medium into it, and that makes it softer so it dries more like regular fabric paint. You can see I mixed loads and loads of this up, there you go, and then I did a nice thick layer on all the sides. Because the cutting wasn't completely even, I had to do thicker layers on those particular sides. You can see I've made the orange look a little bit brighter because I thought it dried a little bit darker than I liked. I've also left one side plain because that's the side that I'll be sticking together. And finally, after many days, it dried, because you have to make sure it dries properly because you'll be squishing this. Now, using the purple puffy paint, I just sketched out where number 2's glasses would be, and I just did this pattern with the puffy paint, so it's a little bit 3D. I also got some puffy paint in white to do the shape of number 2's eyes. And this was quite a thick layer, but I thought it would look quite nice once it was dried. Then I'm just using a nail tool to spread out that puffy paint. And then adding the frames around that. And then I'm using some black puffy paint to add more details to the eyes. And then I added the mouth with some pink and some black. And using the nail tool again just to spread that out a little bit. Next up, I use some textile adhesive, and the reason why I'm using this is because when it dries it's still squishy and soft, so you can still squish the pieces together. Again, this takes quite a lot of product, so I just smeared all the glue on, making sure I got the edges, and I waited it for it to be a little bit tacky, and then I stuck the two pieces down together. It's important to put some kind of weight on this or use an elastic band to hold the pieces together, and you also have to give it a good amount of time to dry, at least 24 hours, maybe even more. And then I took some more of that fabric paint to fill in the cracks. It doesn't matter if you don't fill in all the cracks, because of course there are lines between the blocks anyway, but I thought I'd fill in most of the holes there. And again, that needs to be left to dry. So after around a week of painting and drying, we finally have a dry number block 2, and here it is. It feels quite soft. Some of the parts are a little bit harder, but it's not too bad, and that's how big it is compared to an average remote control. So let's try and squish this and see how it squishes. Let's give it a really good squish. And press all the face together, and then we'll let go. See, it's not bad. It is fairly slow rising, and it keeps its shape quite well. And another one. We could really squish this down, and then let go. I think that's fairly slow rising. And there it is, our squishy number block number 2. So hope you guys enjoyed that video, and we'll see you again next time. Goodbye!